Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped was released in 1998 for the ever so popular Sony PlayStation. Naughty Dog was on fire, having already pumped out 2 classic games in 2 years, and in less than a year after Crash 2's release, Naughty Dog gave us Warped. Now it has been about 2 months since I reviewed Crash Bandicoot 2. That is mainly because I didn't know what to say about this game. To be honest, I didn't even know what my opinions were of the third game in the series. Many Crash fans claim that Warped is the best out of the original trilogy, and even out of the entire series. Others prefer Crash 2 over Warped. No matter what anyone says, Warped had a large impact on the future of the Crash series, with newer games almost trying to recreate it. The story of this game takes place immediately after the ending of Crash 2. The Cortex vortex is falling to Earth and destroys an ancient temple. Luckily for Crash, the destroyed temple was actually the prison of Aku Aku's evil twin brother, Uka Uka. So it turns out that Cortex was taking orders from Uka Uka the whole time, and because Cortex has failed, Uka Uka decides to bring in someone new to help him take over the world, Dr. Nefarious Tropy, Master of Time. Because there are no crystals left on Earth, Cortex and his cronies will have to travel back in time to collect them, so Entropy builds a time twister machine. Of course, I bet he built that whole fucking thing by hand. Fucking liars. Anyway, Aku Aku brings Crash and Coco to the time twister, to go back in time and gather the crystals before Cortex can. Didn't they learn their lessons the first time? He's going to fucking take them from you, dumb shit. The formula of this game is the same as Crash 2. You collect a crystal in each level, 25 crystals to fight Cortex. But this game introduces some new improvements over Crash 2. The box counter now shows the amount of boxes in the level, instead of just how many boxes you've smashed. The bounce boxes only require 5 bounces now, rather than 10. You still get 10 Wumpa Fruit, it just makes it quicker than this. This game also has a new type of box, the slot box. This box switches between various other box types, such as question mark boxes, life boxes, mask boxes, and even TNT crates. If you don't break it in time, the box will turn into a steel crate, which can't be broken. This is just flat out annoying and doesn't add much to the game. After you collect 5 crystals, you fight a boss. How did I see that coming? The bosses in this game are a huge improvement over the bosses in Crash 2. Tiny is up first this time, and he's still pretty easy. The second boss is Dingo Dial, a new character. He is a cross between a dingo and a crocodile, with a flamethrower. Yeah! His boss fight is pretty cool. Then you fight Tropy, a challenging boss first time around. I was stuck on this part for days the first time I played this game. You bastard! Engine is back with a new contraption, except this boss fight is fought with Coco. Yeah! Coco is a playable character in this game, so that's cool. The final boss is of course Cortex, and he is a much bigger threat than what he was in Crash 1 and 2. After each boss fight, Crash is rewarded with a new power-up to help him in his travels. A super body slam, which is pointless, the double jump, which will save your life, the super spin, which allows Crash to hover in mid-air to make longer jumps, a bazooka, yes, a fucking bazooka. I thought Crash was considered family friendly. That's why Torna was removed. I guess exploding chickens isn't that violent, right? The last power-up is speed shoes that allow Crash to run faster. This helps him with gathering a new type of collectible in the game, time relics, but more on that later. Another thing that is new is the level design. Because this game takes you back in time and to the future, Crash and Coco traverse multiple different time periods, such as medieval times, pirate times, Egyptian times, and the future. 2 of the levels are underwater levels. This is another new ability for Crash. He can swim. But these underwater stages could take place in any time period. The soundtrack for this game reflects these different time periods. It is more ethnic rather than what is considered the Crash style of music. I don't really like any of the music in this game, aside from a few boss themes. The soundtrack has no special songs that stand out, which is a serious downgrade from Crash 2. Did you know that some of the levels in Warped are named after previous Naughty Dog titles? The level Ski Crazed is named after the first game the founders of Naughty Dog made. The level Rings of Power is named after Naughty Dog's third official game. The game was an RPG released on the Sega Genesis, also known as the Mega Drive. What I'm going to talk about next is a big downside of the game for me: vehicle levels. This game has so many fucking vehicle levels. As I said before, Coco is playable in this game, and she has some vehicles. In fact, all of Coco's levels are vehicle levels. Coco can jump. Why the fuck can't she platform? It just blows my mind how many vehicle levels there are. To put this in perspective, I'm going to compare Crash 2 and Crash 3. Crash 2 had 27 levels, 9 of them being vehicle levels. That's 33%. Crash 3 has a total of 30 levels, 17 of which are vehicle levels. That is 56%. That is more than half the game. Now if we take away levels that don't have you in vehicles the whole time, Crash 2 has only 5 levels out of 27, which is 19%. Crash 3 only has 1 level where you don't ride the vehicle the whole time, Dynamite. That makes it 16 out of 30 levels. That's 53%, still more than half the game. Why the fuck does a platformer have more vehicle levels than fucking platforming levels? This is one of the reasons I'm not as big a fan of this game as I am Crash 2. But the worst part is, the vehicles control like shit. Controlling the plane is stiff, the Tiger is slow, the motorbike turns like a fucking road train, and the jet ski? Fuck this. Out of all of the vehicle levels, the Tiger ones are my favourite. But even when I play those, I just wish I was riding the polar bear from Crash 2. So if you put up with all of that and collect 25 crystals, you can fight Cortex. Once he is defeated, Uka Uka reminds Cortex that we still have to collect the gems. Simple enough?
Fair! Maybe I should retire to a nice big beach with a nice big drink and a woman with nice big bags of ice for my head. It's not over, Bandicoot. There are still the gems. We still have a chance to triumph!
But that is not all. Uka Uka mentions nothing about collecting the relics. The first time I played this, I collected all of the gems and fought Cortex again, only to get the same ending. I guess kids are just supposed to figure that shit out themselves. The relics in this game are earned by beating a level within a certain amount of time. When a relic race is started, some of the boxes in the level are changed to time crates that, when broken, freeze the clock for 1, 2 or 3 seconds. If you reach the end of a level within the time, you receive a relic. There are 3 different types of relics. A sapphire relic is earned if your time is average, a gold relic for a good time, and a platinum relic is earned if you have a great time. You only need a sapphire relic on each level to face Cortex again. Platinum relics are only there for people that want to torture themselves some more. What was it I said in my first Crash review? This issue, added in with the cruel level design, is what makes the game so fucking hard. Crash Bandicoot definitely is not the sort of game that you can rush. Crash Bandicoot's levels were designed with patience in mind. The game was easier if you took your time. Crash 3's levels are designed the same way, and let me tell you, It's kind of hard to be patient with a fucking clock up your ass. Each level in this game has a relic, including all the fucking vehicle levels, and the secret levels that require you to be taken away by a fucking pterodactyl. Like, who the fuck is gonna figure that shit out? Unless it was a fucking accident. Fuck! You may think I'm saying that this game is bad, but you would be wrong. I love this game, and I still play it regularly. It just pisses the shit out of me that this game has these issues. If Crash 3 didn't include Relics, this game would be equally loved by me as Crash 2 is. But unfortunately, that isn't the case. This game is good, but it's not as good as Crash 2. I understand why some people prefer Crash 3 over Crash 2, but for me, Crash 2 is the superior game. So with all that being said, Crash 3 Warped gets 7 out of 10.
I will inflict 1,000 years of suffering on you and the entire universe!
Press start to begin. Beware, some elements will change. Cannot be! Not a prisoner of time again! Ah!